Okay, so what I'm going to be doing here is just scraping the birch bark. What's going to make this easy is a good sharp knife. I could do it with any hard surface, but obviously I want to try to create some nice small thin curls, and that's what's going to make this birch bark really susceptible to catching a flame from the spark created by this ferro rod. So I'm going to create probably twice as much of what I think I need to create. So if I have my pile ready and I'm like, okay, I think that's good, maybe I'll do double of what I think I want to do then, right? So it doesn't take much if it's nice and dry birch bark. If you're in wet conditions, obviously, just prepare more, and you're good, right? So being prepared is going to be what makes this easy. And practicing, right? So obviously nobody went out and tried to start a fire for the first time and was successful, so this is going to be pretty much the same thing. So I got a bunch of curls and shavings there. You can check that out. Yeah, so let's see if we can get this to catch a flame. So what I have here is called a ferro rod. Why it is called that is because this is made out of ferrocerium, and what we're going to use this for is to create a spark. Now obviously that looks pretty easy. It is pretty easy. When it gets hard is when we connect the two steps and we mix, trying to get this spark onto the birch bark where we created those shavings. So let's give that a try and see what techniques we can use to make that happen. Okay, so I'm going to try to get this piece of birch bark nice and based down flat on a nice hard flat surface, and let's put some spark to it. Create a little shaving pile of the rod first, and then go. Okay, there's our flame from the first piece. We're catching our second piece. That's going to ensure we keep our flame, and into the stove we go. All right, so the fire's going, the stove's heating up. It's gonna be pretty warm in here soon. The one thing when you're harvesting birch bark, just be careful that you don't fully girdle the tree. We wanna harvest that sustainably and not kill any trees when we do so. It's very easy, just use a sharp knife to cut it off or take the pieces that are about to come off. We've done it inside, we've learned the techniques that we need to do to make it happen, so let's go outside, let's try to make it happen in the real world, outside in the real conditions. So what we got here is all of the fire preparation that we're gonna need to get our fire going, especially in wet conditions. So you see we kind of got a little bit of different stages of wood ready to go. The only thing I don't have here would be maybe the tips of some spruce trees, maybe some dry twigs off of a dead down tree, and that could be your first layer to go on right after the birch bark. This is nice dry soft wood right here, so that should catch with the amount of birch bark we have even in these wet conditions. So yeah, we got our birch bark, we got our processed dry wood, we got it split open so we can get to that dry material, and then we have our good sharp knife, nice Mora knife, good, cheap, reliable. I suggest you get one if you don't have a knife. And we have our ferro rod with our striker, so that's going to be our spark, our source of fire. So hopefully we can get a fire going and show you how to use the fire steel to get a fire going with birch bark.